We kindly ask that you silence all cell phones at this time. The movie is about to begin.
Coming up on this episode of PFM After Dark, we review one of our favorite movies, Bad Times at the El Royale. Welcome to episode 4 of PFM After Dark. I'm Alisha'a. As always, I'm joined by the co-host of the show, my one and only human, Jason. Before we bring on today's special guest, let's head back to last week's show for just a minute. I'm really curious to know how many people are or were in bands, and were there any cool band names?
Yeah, so the poll came back, and we actually had 63 or 64% of people were not in bands, and I was actually a little surprised because it seems like everybody but me has been in a band. But 36% were yes. There were some cool names, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to pluck them out of the poll before it sort of disappeared on me, and I don't know why. But I don't know. But that's what I know.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you for answering our poll for those of you that did.
Oh, absolutely. Fuck.
Some of our listeners might be familiar with our guest this week. For those of you who are not, joining us today are Mike and Tabby Gray, hosts of a weekly podcast called The Gray's Taproom Podcast, which can be found on all the major platforms. Guys, welcome, and please tell everyone a little bit about your show.
Thank you for having us.
Hello. Welcome back officially.
Yeah.
Officially.
Good to be back.
It's
officially.
good to be back.
I know our show is pretty fun. We have drinks, we talk shit and have fun. Laugh.
We talk about everything.
We do Mad Libs.
Only with Jason and Alisha'a.
Nice.
People have to subscribe for those to hear those now.
That's awesome.
No, definitely your show is awesome. And how many episodes you guys on now?
143 we just dropped.
As of yesterday.
Congratulations. Doesn't it seem like yesterday? Not yesterday, but like yesterday.
Yes.
As of the recording of this episode yesterday.
So we've just now defined yesterday to the audience. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, let's just, we have a special guest that always comes in every show.
Do you have a delicious beverage?
Normally we wait
Megan.
until it's Megan. Normally we wait until the close to the end of the show to do our beverage review, but we thought it might make more sense to do it right at the beginning so we can enjoy our drinks throughout the episode. Since we're doing a movie review, the four of us agreed to a bourbon that none of us have had before. Then we're going to use it in a cocktail. So 2 drinks in one.
I mean, I'm not mad.
Not going to say no to
Be mad.
bourbon.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Alicia, tell us about the bourbon first.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we're not doing beer because usually, it's like beer. But
We do like our beer.
we also like our bourbon.
We do like our bourbon.
But what we have is a bottle of Mitcher's.
Michter's.
Victor's. I can't talk English. Michter's Kentucky Straight Bourbon. It's a 91.4 proof or 45.7% ABV with tasting notes of rich caramel with balanced vanilla, stone fruit notes, smoky depth, and an oak finish. You guys ready to try this one before we move on to the cocktail?
Hell yeah.
We put ours in a little shot glass. So I'm going to take a sip and then he's going to take a sip.
Yeah.
That's the drink.
Oh yeah. I have the cocktail in the unofficially licensed Grace Taproom podcast. Still
Nice.
I love it. So,
You want
we're
first?
going to do a little quick pour here. And our bottle, just to be
Yeah.
completely transparent, is open because we also had to make the cocktail before the show. But we didn't cheat. The only thing we cheated on was the smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells very nice.
Well, we smelt what was it, Friday when you picked it up? I smelt it as soon as she got home with it. I cracked it open and I took a swig.
What was the first thing
Cheater.
you smelled?
I couldn't help myself. It was bourbon. I needed it in my body.
I
The
love-
first thing I smelt was the
It was a pepper.
Yeah,
It was
like a peppery kind of a scent, a smell.
like
A little oaky too.
Yeah, definitely oaky. I watched your TikTok video from like a year or so ago when you guys were in the winery and you were doing the smelling. And isn't that fun though? It's super awesome to like you get
Oh yeah.
a different smell sometimes than you get on the taste. Like
on the taste. Yeah.
yeah, it's really kind of cool.
Mm.
What are you getting?
The first thing that I got was caramel. I don't even smell the pepper.
It's not. You can't tell the. It's like a spicy.
Wait, try it when on the exhale. After you take a sip.
Yeah, that's probably where we're
Yeah,
gonna get
maybe
it.
so. Yeah, because
but
you
I-
drank it and we didn't.
And I got
Cheater.
the cheater.
Yeah, I am.
And I got the
couldn't help
maple
myself.
out of that
We
too,
still
so.
love you. know you're a
We
cheater.
still love you. All right, so let's give it a try. Let's do a little quick toast to episode 146 for them and episode
Here.
for us.
Send.
Spicy. Tastes like
Ugh.
toothpaste.
You're getting mint?
No, I'm getting mint because I brushed my teeth about 20 minutes ago,
Oh.
and I thought it would have worn
Spicy.
off by now. It is spicy. But we're not going to talk about other bourbons right now, but we had one. Wow. Man, that is warming me up all of a sudden.
Yes, it is. I feel like just going down my esophagus.
It's not super smooth.
No, it isn't. Yeah, I do get the pepper afterwards. Now I'm
I got
Yeah.
the pepper like in the back of my throat.
yeah, it's man. Wow. And I've had some bourbon, but 45.7. According to their little sticker, by the way, it is the 2023 most admired whiskey in the world. I think that's all opinion based, of course, but how do we determine how many people are admiring this?
You have to say that if you work there.
That's
Yeah.
that's part of the
You know, Bullet has the same sticker. So
right.
does Angels Envy,
Jim Beam.
Jim Beam. It's just a different logo on every one.
We're gonna turn this into an ongoing whiskey review or bourbon review here. This is fun.
Yes.
All the bourbons.
All the bourbons.
All the bourbons.
Will you take us to what? So, well, we're not going to do that now, but when we come up there in August,
Yes, we'll go to all of them.
on our journey to all of them.
I'm gonna take
Not
vacation
enough
that
time
week.
for all of them in one day.
They'll be
We
how
can
many
try.
days will you be here?
We have to try.
We won't be there for very long, but we'll be there
Like
long
the
enough to have
weekend.
some bourbon.
Okay, well then we can just jump, skip, and hop and fly up the road and go
Yeah,
to one of
this-
the bars or something.
We'll be
This
off.
sounds like in your backyard practically, right?
What is it?
Mitcher's. I don't know where that.
Oh
is.
yeah. Mitcher's is what did I
Is it
say?
here.
Yeah,
In
it's like
Louisville?
6 minutes from the house.
It's here in Louisville.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think that's what it was. I
BT
don't
is
remember.
here.
That's walking distance.
Yeah.
And you can do walking distance from a
No.
distillery.
Yes, that
Don't
would
do
be
that.
fantastic,
Don't do it.
but don't.
So, would you guys like pair this with anything? We always talk about what we would have it with food or
I-
anything.
I would immediately. My mind went straight to a nice steak.
Steak
Mm,
is a solid choice.
good steak. How do you like your steak prepared?
Side question. I like it.
I like mine medium.
Wrong answer.
No,
I like mine rare or medium rare.
Right answer.
that's just because you're girls. You're gonna side with each other.
No,
He's
because
like
that's
not
how
a girl. He likes his like that.
I'm
Ish.
in fairness, I'm a little more towards Mike's, but
Hot.
not like it's. I mean, it's got to be juicy, so well is off the
I
table.
just don't want it to be. I just don't want mine to be leathery. That's all I care about.
Or
Other than that, I'm
brick of
not.
charcoal.
Yeah, I'm not really. I'm not picky.
Yeah,
Cook it however you want it. I'm gonna eat it anyway. Just make sure there's at least pink in it.
right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's fair. Would you buy it again? Would you buy this again?
Oh, 100%.
It's a bourbon.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Who are you
It's a
talking
bourbon
to?
from Kentucky.
I would
It
try
is.
it, but I don't think I'd put it on my top list of go-to picks.
We
No.
said that about Blade and Bow, though.
That is true.
At first, we said that about Blade and Bow, and then all of a sudden, it was like
That's
fire
true.
in the mouth, and then we had it in. Where's your Blade
It
and Bow
was
bottle?
it was
by the way?
halfway through the bottle.
I'm
It's over
sidetracking.
here.
Yeah, check this out. This is the first bottle of bourbon we had together back in July, And now
Oh, it looks pretty.
Alisha'a has put all of her.
It has all my love notes in there because I didn't want to throw them away.
Well, of course not.
So I
That's
rolled
a-
them up
that's a
and
cute
threw them all
idea.
in here.
And that's going to go with us on the bus.
I'm going to make like some kind of shadow box or something. Use it
There we
for
go.
decoration. I think it'll be nice.
You guys
I
get
saw Stallone shadow box the Pope, but that's a
So-
different thing.
For anybody new to the show, we have Mike and Tabby, but some point throughout the episode, I'm sure that Christopher Walken will also show up
Somewhere
somewhere.
in the show.
So now that well, I can't read. I mean, it's my own script.
Who
Cocktails.
needs to read?
Let's see how it holds up in a
You
cocktail.
made cocktails.
So we all have in front of us a Temptation Twist is the name of it. It's 2 ounces of bourbon, 3 ounces of lemon juice, and 3 ounces of simple syrup, and half an orange wheel. And essentially, it's a whiskey sour with slightly different proportions and a fun movie themed name. So let's see how this is. But I thought it'd be fun to actually make one real quick. So
Yes.
you guys fill in, and I'm going to be back here kind of just making one and commenting like I'm a bartender.
No.
Oh, he's gonna bartend. He's gonna make himself a drink.
want
Can
some
I
coffee?
get a White Russian double, please?
Oh, that's
This
a
is
good
the Big
choice.
Lebowski.
Nice.
It's a Jeff Bridges movie.
The beauty of live recorded TV.
I'm just grabbing things.
Yep, I get this.
Do you
That,
use
yep.
Well, I will go ahead and sample mine.
Well, wait, so everybody
Oh,
can
yeah.
have it together.
I'm
So
just
let's
putting
first
it in.
start with ice.
And a
This is
cat
clear-
dish.
This is clear ice.
It's
Okay.
beautiful.
Yep. Tell them how you make ice.
You put it in a cooler.
2 parts water.
No. Yeah. Well, yeah. You don't fill it up all the way, but it has to be room tepid water. Tepid water, right?
Okay.
Does it have to be tepid?
So
the
it's
temperature matters.
it's going to be no. I don't think it matters.
oh.
Basically, the whole key is you put it like Alisha'a said in the cooler, and you can put it in your freezer. But it freezes, and as it evaporates, it takes all the impurities and pushes them to the top, leaving just the water. It actually works.
Mhm.
This is you can see through this ice, and it's different from the ice you freeze in your freezer, like in a little ice cube tray.
It's fun.
Wow.
It's also dripping.
As ice
It
usually
smells
does
like-
when it's not being frozen.
So we have 2 ounces of Michter's bourbon.
Michter's
It's gonna be
Bourbon.
awkward because I'm
Oh, it's spilling. That's gonna smell nice on the carpet.
yeah, it's gonna smell pretty good on the carpet.
Hey,
I won't
who's-
complain.
who's upset about that, right?
Not me. I'm the one that works in here.
we have liquor stains all over this table
And the floor.
and the floor in here. So
You might
It
have prepared your
makes-
simple syrup before the show.
Mm-hmm. And what is your apparatus for your simple syrup?
A tea kettle pot. What is this thing? Teapot.
A teapot.
I'm a little teapot.
is it short and stout like me?
Look, it's got a handle and a spout.
It's cute.
So one of the things here as I pour this in, and that's actually in our next
hmm
things here is I'm curious to know when we get here if we can tell the difference, because this calls for 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup and 3/4 of an ounce of lemon, which I'm in favor of because that puts the bourbon more to the front of the drink. But usually it's 2 1 and 1. So usually there's about another 1/4 of an ounce of simple syrup and 1/4 of an ounce of lemon juice in most
Yeah.
cocktails.
So this is one that pretty much you have to like bourbon.
I may have pre-squeezed the lemons.
We'd used store-bought bottle lemon juice.
Not as good.
Wait,
No.
goes out to Megan.
Oh.
Oh, there it goes. There it is. Store-bought lemon. Are you? This is a crime.
No.
Our lemons here are like this big.
You
I
gotta do
might
what you
already
gotta
have
do
ice in
sometimes.
here.
Plus the lemons that you get at Aldi really aren't
Here we
that great.
go.
This one goes out to you, Steve, the bartender. I hope you're well. You guys have seen me do this in person. Like what
We
was your
have.
favorite drink? that I
Yeah.
made for you?
We
On the,
watched you shake it.
on
Go
the
ahead,
2
Sal.
old fashions you made me. I put a hurting on them.
What about the paper plane?
Yeah, that was good.
Jason told me about that one.
That's on
Yeah.
TikTok.
Did you have a
Yeah.
smoke break?
Huh?
Did you also have a smoke break?
Smoke.
No,
No.
I don't smoke.
No, the drink.
Oh, the drink.
No.
You did. It was the one that tasted like fire, not fire, but like everything
Smoke.
smoky. You probably didn't like it.
Oh yeah.
You probably don't remember because
Cinnamon.
Double
I
strain,
kept-
by the way. Double strain, everyone.
okay.
I kept tricking Jason into making me old fashions.
You
You have
tricking him?
you had like 4 different cocktails because he was like, "Ooh, let me make it this way. Let me
Just-
make it that way.
Just
Let me
keep
make
them
it this
coming.
way.
Just keep them coming.
Let's all get drunk."
So
My glass is empty, Jason.
So because we wind up completely sidetracking on every time you and we all talk here, we're headed to Buffalo. So again, we do a little cross promotion of our own stuff here. So don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, which we are up to 12,000 views now. Thank you very
Yeah,
much for
thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
But
We do need more likes and subscribes.
We do,
though,
we
so
do, but-
those
but-
are much appreciated.
But we also need, you guys have been to Buffalo and Alisha'a has not. So tell her what's in store besides the Brickyard. And in fairness, the Brickyard, I love that place, but I'm in the South now. We have real barbecue down here. So
That's
as you
right.
guys know, but
We do know.
what
We-
about the pizza though? I mean, remember we went to get some pizza, Mike, on Grand Island.
Oh,
That
at Speedway. Yeah.
That
It
was
was
good pizza.
delicious.
it
that
was,
was-
It was
Yeah.
fucking good.
that was pizza from a gas station.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amongst the best I've ever had.
Yeah.
My favorite part when we went up there was the squirrels, the big black fluffy
Black
fat
squirrels.
squirrels.
I've heard about
Black
these black
squirrels.
squirrels.
I liked the not sunshine that was there
I'm the not sunshine.
and the rain.
Well, it was January.
I know.
It was New Year's.
Yeah.
The hot sunshine can be favorable for those that are overly Caucasian and burn very easily. Me. I can save money on sunscreen.
Hell yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
good.
but I like the sunshine though. It makes me happy.
Yeah, I like sunshine
Since,
too.
this is about the first time I've looked at the camera since we started the show, so I apologize. But
It's okay.
I also have to say, let's give a shout out to
Rose.
Rose out there in Coleman, best barber in Coleman.
Yes.
If you're
Look
down
how
in
nice his
Alabama,
beard looks and his haircut.
go to Rose.
It looks very
Nice
good.
and sharp.
Right. All right.
I haven't
Clean
tried
edges.
this yet.
What's that?
I said you got some clean edges there.
Yes. Yeah. So,
Smells yummy.
I'm drinking out of a Toll Boy radio glass.
ooh,
Nice.
nice.
We're drinking out of thrift store glasses,
Nice.
probably.
These are not thrift store glasses, actually. These are thick and real.
I mean, you could have bought them
but
at the thrift
No,
store.
these were legit, but that's a good call. We got rid of all of our thrift store glasses. All right, let's do a little tasting on this. Again, this goes out to
Tastes very much like a whiskey sour.
it is very much a whiskey sour
Mm-hmm.
because that is exactly what it is.
Whiskey sour.
But it's got a little bit more of a kick to it though because of the more bourbon than
Spicier bourbon. Yeah.
yeah.
It's good.
It
I
is
like
good.
it.
Yeah.
It's sweet and it's sour at the same time.
It's
Just
hot
like me.
It's hot
and it's cold.
and it's cold. and it's yes.
Not just like me last week
it's
when I was
no.
sick.
How are
That's
you
the
feeling, by the
worst.
way?
Mm.
You were sick for my birthday. That was 2 weeks ago.
I was sick for 10 days straight and I didn't know it.
And to show you up, I decided I was going to
You were gonna
your
get sick
birthday too.
Yep.
So, huh.
I'm feeling great. Flu
And
B,
also-
whatever this fucking strand of flu B is just it. Nope.
Fluby.
Yuck.
It's a- yeah.
Double thumbs down.
Maybe. No, I was sick with the flu and oh my.
Yep.
That was terrifying.
Hey,
No,
that's what I
it's
was doing outside.
What happens
Yeah.
when? Oh, we're not going to get into this. It's not a potato.
Oh God. Oh, okay. I like that. That's cool.
That's a fun one.
Anyway.
That's cool.
Oh, I thought we were doing the wolf pack, Jason.
We could always do. the
Oh,
wolf
that's
pack.
cool.
For your birthday.
Thank you. And his too.
Yes, and happy birthday to both of you officially in public.
thank you.
Yes.
That's-
So, again, we sidetrack yet again. This
We always do.
every week when we tomorrow, usually on Wednesdays when I call my daughters, we do a FaceTime, of course, and we don't speak words for the first 30 seconds to a minute of our call. We go through the 8 different
Like hand signed emojis.
hand signs, yeah,
Against, yeah.
and see who can get there first. I always lose, but it's thumbs up, thumbs down, double thumbs up, double thumbs down. The balloons, there's 8 of them, but
That's cool.
and Megan always wins.
And that's how you end it.
Yeah.
Also,
Yes,
it's a contest.
exactly. So, we talked about the cocktail.
Mhm.
And yes.
So Mad Libs.
So
I know
no
that-
Mad Libs. No. No. Movie review.
Did you guys watch your movie?
Yes.
Yeah, we watched it Sunday.
You did. Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
I'm pointing. This is how we do signals when
pointing.
we're not on camera.
Yeah. So we're getting into the movie, shall we? Now that we have started to enjoy our delicious beverages. But just a quick review. We all took 2 hours and 21 minutes of our weekends to watch this 2018 crime mystery / drama, Bad Times at the El Royale, written and directed by Drew Goddard. Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
We're going with it. From IMDb, the movie is set in 1969, and 4 strangers check in at the El Royale Hotel. And the hotel, it's basically deserted and staffed by a single desk clerk. And some of the new guest reasons for being there are less than innocent, and some are not really who they appear to be.
So Mike and Tabby, what did you think of this movie overall? And I kind of gauged by Mike's statement earlier, and I'm curious, but what did you guys think of this movie?
What statement?
I don't know. You said something earlier that kind of tipped me off, but maybe I misheard you. So what did you think of the movie?
I liked it. It was fun. I was really bummed at the very opening scene when someone who I admire, Nick Offerman, was
Shot in the back.
shot.
Mm,
That really, I was like, oh, Nick Offerman's in the. Oh no.
You get 2 minutes of just watching him roll a carpet and pull
Yeah.
up the board and then turns around and boom.
yeah. Yeah. And
I,
that definitely set the tone for the movie,
Mhm.
Tabby.
Oh, it did. It did. I very much enjoyed it. I love whodunits, murder mysteries, things like that. And it wasn't really a whodunit, but it was.
So I feel like you're too far back.
Scrunch.
I feel like I'm
scrunch.
overtaking the
I feel
camera
like my
here.
chair
I'll
just
back up.
doesn't fit. So
You're more
it's
beautiful than
fine.
I am. So.
No, you're more beautiful than me, Jason.
Anyways, we're having a beauty contest over here. No, but yeah, I it definitely set the tone, and I thought that I forgot what I was going to say. Somebody save me here.
Oh, I was gonna say I feel so bad for that poor desk clerk, that one worker at the hotel, because I have been there, I have done that, and that is just bullshit.
I felt bad for him until I saw his sweet gun abilities.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was a
looked amazing.
badass.
He
in
did not
disguise.
miss.
Yes, he would have been great at Call of Duty.
Side
He was
question.
in Call of Duty.
He lived the Call of Duty.
Yes.
Yeah. So since Tabby, you work at hotels, you don't have cameras back there in like long hallways and stuff like that, do you? Because that's creepy.
No.
Okay, good.
No, we
making
just
sure.
have cameras in the main areas.
Just making sure.
So yeah, and to describe that, because obviously, if anybody hasn't seen the movie, part of this whole scene or the whole premise of the movie was that there is a walkway behind what is it? I think there's 8. Well, let's back up for a second. So the hotel is half in California and half in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
And I did look this up, and I don't know if you guys did or not, but that's not a real place. The whole thing was built, and they specifically did the colors so that they were yellows and oranges. And I'm not reading this; I'm remembering this. Look at me go. They were yellows and oranges on the California side, and on the Nevada side, it was more blues and purples.
Mhm.
And-
I actually had that.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. I said Cali was warm colors and bright colors, where Nevada was dark and cool colors.
yeah.
Nice.
And they did not use the color green until the very end of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
which I did not know until I read that. But
Hmm.
anyways, that's not where I was going with this. So behind the rooms, there's this hallway, and there's, what is it, one-way mirrors, right? Those are one-way mirrors.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one way. Where whoever's creeping behind your room and in your big mirror that is in every hotel
Mhm.
could see. I just question, do you think that actually exists somewhere out in the world?
Yes.
I hope
I'm
Seriously.
really surprised.
I would not be surprised at all, but yes, I do.
But I feel like if it does exist, that's definitely a West Coast thing.
Or a Midwest motel on the side of the road,
I don't know. It
like
just-
Hills Have
When you
Eyes
say
ish.
that. Kidding.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, like if you're at a like a Red Roof Inn or a
Motel 6.
Motel 6 or
Mhm.
something like that, there's no interior walls. You're pretty safe to say that basically whatever bed bugs are there are basically just the bed bugs that you see.
yeah.
At least there's nobody behind the hidden
Mirror.
wall.
Yeah.
But in like a fancier, let's not throw out any, brands that Tabby might work for, hotel chain, they have halls and corridors and things,
Well,
and it's possible, right?
it is possible because here in Louisville, we have the oldest hotel called the Seelbach, and it's downtown. And they do have like secret passageways that
Shout out Al Capone.
Al
Ugh.
Capone
Had his own
actually had
private-
his own private suite,
Yep.
and he would sneak hookers in through the secret hallways and stuff.
Now other people sneak hookers in.
They don't sneak them; they just bring them in the front door.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the front door now.
So that's a real story.
Yes.
And
Yep.
and how old
Huh.
is this hotel? Like, if you-
Oh,
20s,
oh no, it's
older.
Yeah, I think
because Al Capone was like 100 years ago now at this
Mhm.
point, right?
It's a long time ago.
Cool era that was, by the way.
Seelbach.
Yeah, Al Capone was 30s.
Was he?
Yeah.
1905,
Oh,
1905.
May 1st, 1905.
that's when it opened.
Yeah.
No, he was asking about Al Capone being there.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, that was in the 30s.
That's kind of cool.
What you got?
Louisville's original Grand Hotel was built by Bavarian-born brothers Louis and Otto Seelbach.
Bavarian.
Okay. The Seelbach opened May 1905 with about 150 rooms, just in time for that year's Kentucky Derby. So now it's like 500 rooms plus. It's a fancy, it's beautiful, and it's fucking haunted. But yes, there are secret passageways.
No kidding.
Let's go spend the night there. Sounds like an adventure.
Oh, Tabby, can you get us a discount?
Yes, I can.
Let's
Really?
do
Is it? It's not part of the chain, is it?
Yes, it is.
Really? They bought
Yes,
that.
it is. Yep.
Nice. Notice how I'm purposely leaving out the
Yeah.
chain name, but
I want to do
Well,
it.
if they go online and look it, they can though.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yes.
That's crazy.
In the heart of downtown.
Yes, it is.
Kind of.
But with all the secret passages from back in the day, and I'll get off this here in a second, I really do believe that this probably is not an unrealistic thought that somebody would have access to a corridor behind rooms that they would go in and spy on people. I mean, come on, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
People are
Well,
Creepy.
creepy.
People are creepy.
You also have to take into consideration too is that they had famous people, high priced people, and people, staying there. So why not put a secret passageway?
It was a very well-to-do
Yeah.
type of place.
They're like guard stations.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
and it was also like off the hidden path and off the beaten path and like
Yeah.
hidden, and it was cheap. I mean, there was what Darlene Suite.
Mhm.
Darlene said it was the cheapest one in the area outside of Vegas.
Yeah. Yep. I do remember.
So-
That. Yep. I wrote down real quick on the next thing is all the actors and actresses. I only wrote the top 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't read because
The top
Bourbon.
some.
Seven.
So yeah. Does anyone? And I know you talked about this. So Alicia, I'm going to let you and Mike kind of chat this out because Tabby and I've been talking. But what did you have a favorite actress in this movie,
I think they were
or character?
well, they were all really great. But if I have to just like personally relate to a character, it would be Emily. Also, she was from Alabama.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
that's right.
because she comes zooming in, and her car tag said "Sweet Home Alabama." I mean, she was a badass. Like, and I like to think of myself as a badass, and she tries to do what's right, no matter what she has to do to, help her sister or whatever.
Mhm.
May involve unaliving some people and accidentally shooting an additional person when you're trying to shoot one. I don't know, but like she didn't have any fear.
That's true. And Mike, I'm going to get your character here in a second. And Nev
Okay.
Campbell was not in this movie, but
I know.
but this is the third time I've seen the movie, and this is the first time that I caught the fact that Emily's character had Alabama plates on it, which probably wouldn't have been significant to me the first one time I watched it. The second time it would have been because I was here.
Mhm.
But I'm like, oh my God, she's got Alabama plates because I was likening her character to Alisha'a. So, Mike, did you have a favorite character?
I did. I had two actually. Jeff Bridges, obviously. It's Jeff Bridges. It's the
Yep.
dude.
Yeah, he was amazing.
He was awesome. But my other favorite, I would have to say, my main favorite was Hemsworth, Chris Hemsworth as Billy.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun. I liked how he kind of created a his own version of Charlie Manson and the Manson family.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And it happened actually in the same time frame as the Manson murders and all that stuff.
I
Was
didn't
that
even
late
think about
60s,
that.
early 70s?
Late 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even put that
God,
together.
it seems
That's
like
awesome.
you hear about Charles Manson and it feels like it's yesterday
Yeah.
that I was there, but even I wasn't there. Something's older than me. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, like, think about that. That was like, years ago, just a few years before I was born.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a long
Just
time.
a few.
Just a
Just
few.
a few.
Yeah.
Not much at all.
Speaking of Vegas, speaking of Nevada, you know what's there? Las Vegas. You know where we're going in 2 years? Las Vegas. You guys going still?
I think we changed plans.
About that.
What?
Well, we got something better. We got something
What's
better.
better than Vegas?
What's better than what? Okay, I'm listening.
A cruise.
All
Explain
inclusive
yourself.
cruise.
And
Ooh.
I don't swim.
And we're gonna have all of our podcasting friends that would like to go with us
Oh, okay, that'd be kind of
go
cool.
too.
I
Nice.
bet. I'm going to throw this challenge out there to the audience, and some of them are our colleagues, I guess you'd say.
Mhm.
Mike's going to be 40.
Yep.
Jason's going to be, and see, there's something that goes wrong every time I say my age.
You want me to say it for you? My microphone's working fine.
No, mine.
Hey, that's Fitz's 50th too.
Here, you can
Yeah.
use mine.
Oh,
I'm right here.
I'm going to be 30.
plus 20.
Yeah, but so anyways, we've got 90-year-olds combined
Yes.
going on a cruise. Plus, Tabby's going to be almost 40 at that point.
Yep.
And you just kind of fit sort of in between. You'll be like 42 and ish.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got a bunch of old people. Guys, you got
Throw
2
down with the
you got
youngins.
2 years to help us pay for a cruise. So
Actually, it's a year now.
Yeah, it's a year. I'll be 40 next year.
okay, all right, we're
Okay, 1
I'm
year.
trying to make this seem like it's tomorrow.
365 days.
I think we're gonna try to shoot for April.
April.
Nice. Where are the cruise going to?
In the water with the rest of them, I would assume.
Yeah, we're gonna try and find one that's decently priced and good locations, like a good 4-day cruise.
Well, we'll be able to just
be
park our
somewhere.
bus right at the edge of the water at that point and
And
hop
just-
on
We
a
can
boat.
park our.
So we're
bus
going to be
on the boat.
wherever. Yeah. Are we invited?
Obviously.
Well, yeah.
This whole idea started with us, actually.
Yeah.
Good.
It's not changing.
All right.
We're podcast friends.
You're kind
Real-
of stuck with
we're
us
real-
now.
we're real friends.
Yeah. Jason, we have friends.
Woo! Anyways, back to the movie. So we had 5 other characters. Darlene Sweet, was that her singing? It probably wasn't.
I think
Yes.
it was.
I
Yes,
think it might have been too.
I IMDb'd it.
Oh, and she really was singing?
Yes, that was her singing.
She was
Good.
great.
That's awesome.
Well, on film, as you're seeing it, it's dubbed over, but it pre-recorded her doing the singing
Wow.
because they wanted it to be a certain way on the film as it's being presented. So instead of running the risk of her messing up a lyric or anything or a certain note, they had her record it in a recording booth, and they just dubbed that in over her. But it is her singing.
That's awesome, though.
I wonder if she has an album.
I don't know.
Oh,
Listen
that's a
to
good
an
question.
album. That would be.
Well, most actors do now. So
That's
Will
valid.
Smith.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
mean,
gonna look her up.
okay, but she's a legit singer, don't you
Mhm.
think?
Oh yeah, she
that
had
was
a
legit.
beautiful voice.
Yeah.
The sounds of the '60s.
All right, so that's Jeff Bridges, who was awesome as Father Daniel Flynn. Then we had Darlene Sweet. Dakota Johnson was Emily Summer Spring.
Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna wear the bangs?
Should I wear the bangs? You know, I almost got bangs like, I don't know, 3 years ago, but my friends talked me out of it. They said
I would not.
I didn't do it.
I wouldn't.
No,
If you get bangs, do long bangs so that you can decide if you like them or not.
Yeah.
I don't think you're actually interested in doing the bangs, though.
I don't think I am anymore.
Okay,
think
good.
What do
it's
you think
just a
about what do you
phase.
think about
It
the
was a
bangs
phase.
on Dakota Johnson?
Flawless.
I guess.
But
I
if
like them.
If I could pull it off though, but I think my hair is just too frizzy. It's
Too thick?
My hair has too much texture. It would be like stick.
Brillo pad structure.
This is the shower with the shampoo.
Yeah,
Bump,
I
bump,
could do,
bump.
you know, 1980s with the flower.
Oh yeah.
I could do that.
Okay. You tease it up a little bit,
Uh-huh.
spray it and go.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you miss having long hair?
No.
Okay.
No,
next-
it was just a phase.
So the next character on the list is John Hamm.
He did not get enough screen time, damn it.
He did that was a great character though, wasn't it?
I wanted to see more. Like they left me wanting so much more from him.
Yeah.
John Hamm rules. He's awesome. He's good in anything.
Now I lay me down to sleep. That was a great scene. Like he's talking to his daughter and like
Mhm.
you know
Taking
there's somebody on the other end of that phone, but I was convinced that there was somebody.
Oh yeah. I like the little secrets that they put in it. Like, who is that? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when he was walking to the phone booth, you called. You said, "I bet he's a secret agent." And then he picks up the phone and, "Hey, this is federal agent." What was his name?
No, I said that when he took out the first bug.
Oh, when he was pulling
When
all
he
those
took out
wires
the
out,
first
and he had
bug.
him like laid out on the
Yeah,
bed.
he put the first one down. I
Yeah.
said, I bet he's a secret agent.
Yeah, and then he went to the phone booth and said the title of his job that he is.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Jeff Bridges for a second with Father Flynn. I you know, and everybody picks apart everything, and I'm not into that. Like, was the movie great? Yeah, it was. And was it well written and well acted? Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Like one of the hidden secrets movies that I ever thought that I'd see, and I was super impressed with the first time I saw it. But one of the things that we were, and Alisha'a and I were talking about this yesterday, was Father Daniel Flynn. Back in '69, they wouldn't have referred to it as Alzheimer's. But but they said, oh, he's got some Alzheimer's or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Who cares? You know, like, and you said you have to kind of modernize the movie so that people translate it.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else I thought was pretty authentic to the year. You know, I did anyways.
Yeah.
I like the way that Jeff Bridges portrayed the character. Like you knew something was off about him when you first got introduced.
Yeah.
But you can't quite put your finger on it. Like, is he a priest gone rogue? Is he a bad guy? Like, what is his deal? And then when they introduced it, it's like, oh, there it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you watched the entire movie, would you portray him as a bad guy or a good guy?
Good guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was just trying to get his money back.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he was a bad guy for stealing, but
he was just getting a dollar.
Isn't it funny how bad guys turn into good guys, though?
Yeah.
He turned over a new leaf.
He did.
I
Like
thought
me.
I have one quick question before we go any further.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Who do you think killed Flynn's brother? Who do you think shot him in the back?
Oh, Offerman?
Yeah.
Oh, good question.
Who do you think it is? 'Cause I don't think it's Flynn. He was in jail.
At the time, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't him.
Do you think it was just like a random character, like somebody from the bank robbery that caught up with him, or
I think it's either the
Maybe it's
kid.
one of the senators. Because they were kind of heavy on the senator stuff.
That's
No.
true.
I think it was the kid who was the third in the
front
bank
desk-
robbery. No, in the bank robbery.
I thought he died. No, he didn't.
No,
die.
he didn't because he got in the truck with Flynn or got in the truck with Offerman and he dropped him at the next town.
But if it was him,
Mhm.
wouldn't he have known that the money was in the floor and he
Mm-mm.
would have gotten it?
Because they didn't tell him where the money was.
That's right. He told him in secret. at the crash site.
Yeah, he said go to the hotel, bury it in the floorboards.
Yeah, and the kid,
But the kid wasn't there. He was collecting money in another bag.
Yeah,
And he dropped the kid off in the next, I think it was the next
how would
state
he have known
line.
to go to the hotel in the first place? Then?
Probably followed him. It was a couple of years later.
Yeah,
But he
well,
probably
if
hunted him
if
down.
he followed him, he would have probably seen him go in the hotel room with the money.
Yeah. It was either him or the front desk kid.
I think it was the front desk kid.
But why would he want to kill him though? And why didn't he take the money and run?
The front desk kid.
Mhm.
Same with the third guy. Why didn't he do it?
Well, front
Yeah,
desk
but
guy would know where the money was.
See?
But who's to say he didn't take some of the money, but not all of the money?
As a cover.
Feeding his habit.
Yeah, he had to have it.
Yep.
The heroin habit.
We're gonna have to rewrite the movie, or we're gonna have to write the sequel now.
Yes, then there needs to be a sequel.
Questions.
There should be a sequel to that movie.
There
though.
should
That would
be.
be actually really kind of cool.
I don't think it really set up for a sequel.
It didn't, which would make it cool.
You would have to get a whole new cast.
You would no. You do the backstories of them,
Mhm.
like their secrets, like
Yeah.
who killed Flynn's brother. What the fuck was on the tape?
Yeah, exactly.
There were so many innuendos of
that
what was on the
that Billy kept looking at.
yes that Flynn found, and he looked at it and wrapped it up and took it. Like who's on it?
That's what I wanted to know. Like I was dying on the inside, not knowing who was on the tape.
And
It
to
could-
me, and I know Tabby, I know your favorite movie is Clue, which, albeit a comedy, still is like the mystery. Like that's the
Mhm.
best part about the way I thought that movie was written is like, even though we kind of are 6 movies in now on the Scream series, at the beginning it was super awesome because you didn't have any idea who the actual killer was. You know what I mean? And that's even though we're in the day of cameras and this and that and the other thing, the best part about this stuff is the unknown.
Yeah, and I have another unknown that would be a good backstory. So Emily and Rose's dad, because remember they were getting abused. Did Emily kill their dad before they left?
I think Rose did
When they took the boots?
because of those
Rose did?
flashbacks. There was the one flashback where she was standing over someone's body with a bloody knife.
There was, but also, what's his name? Billy Lee was involved in that one, I think. Because she apologized to Billy Lee. And it looked like a woman.
She apologized to him for everything, though.
To me, that looked like a woman.
She was under the spell of.
She was under a spell, which
Who-
is creepy, by the way, because he was an adult and she was like a child.
Well, and that brings me to the next 2 characters besides Lewis Pullman, who's Miles Miller, who we'll get to in a second, who is the lone desk clerk / kind of hidden main character. But Chris Hemsworth and Kaylee Spaney, I don't know who actually that she is, but she was the Rose character.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, she played that role like
Oh my gosh, so well.
it was
Yeah.
so well.
Yeah, like she was like just a puppeted,
Yeah.
captured soul who couldn't get away from the evil, pretty boy. Mike,
She
wasn't
was
he
just
pretty?
a shell.
Tabby, I knew you like dudes. Wasn't Chris Hemsworth beautiful in that movie? Am I the only one who thinks this?
I can't get past the way he walks.
With
He
or
walks
without
funny.
clothes?
Either or.
He's prettier as Thor.
He's what?
Prettier as Thor.
Is it the long
Okay.
hair?
Yes.
What about Fat Thor?
I love Fat Thor.
That's me.
That was hilarious.
Fat Thor. No, he was really good looking, and I'm glad that they picked someone like him to play it and portray it, because he's got that pretty boy,
/
bad boy / like he can hold your attention with just a couple of words. I love the interaction between him and Rose, to where she would do anything for him, and the way that she was just such a shell of a person and so brainwashed, and all he had to do was touch her and she would just listen to him and like turn. And
I would have felt more
Fantastic.
comfortable about that if they would have told me how old Rose is.
Right.
yes, but it's an innuendo. It's an insane. What is the word I'm looking for?
I had it a second ago. I know what you're trying to say too.
I can tell you the word I'm thinking
Here's
of.
next week's poll. What is Tabby trying to say right now? But
Situation?
I got a Chris Hansen vibe from their relationship.
Oh, you thought Chris Hansen
Chris,
was
I wanted to know how
Chris
old she
Hansen was
was,
gonna
so I
pull
just,
up.
for my own anxiety.
were you expecting him to like step out of the woods and be like, "Hi, I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline"?
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Why don't
say,
you have
comes
a-
out from behind the bar.
Why don't you have a seat right here?
No, I like the way though that he didn't make it sexual, like physically sexual. He didn't kiss her.
Who,
He didn't-
Hemsworth?
yeah, all he did was touch her on her face.
No, they did some smooching.
They did not do smooching because I watched the entire movie
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of innuendo.
there was very much so innuendos, which means he has control over her without any kind of sexual touch in front of the camera, of course.
Well,
Everybody knows what happened when she got to go to the big house.
right. She made dinner.
She did.
watch, play Xbox.
She made a she made a sandwich. Sandwich maker. She's a sandwich maker.
They went to dinner at the Brickyard.
Which Chris Hemsworth is why I have my shirt, I have it.
Unbuttoned.
But it
I
looks
thought it was John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever.
I was just trying to. Okay, I'm not Chris Hemsworth. Anyways,
you're
Uh,
back.
We know you're not Jason, but
You're
that's
back.
okay.
and let's talk about Lewis Pullman, who was Miles Miller. Like that desk clerk character was like the hidden gem in the whole movie, wasn't it?
He was the hero.
Yeah.
Right?
He was the hero that you did not see coming.
Yeah, because he first comes across like this little timid, almost childlike in a way.
Yeah.
And just very timid.
Very
and-
skittish.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's not.
And then he had his one
killer.
flashback of Vietnam and went off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
He went off.
Well, it's they almost piled up. Like, to answer your statement, Alisha'a, on the quiet, timid side of him, childlike, it's because of that trauma. I'm pretty sure he went over to Vietnam at 16. He probably lied about his age to get over there. And then he he's still trapped in that child mindset because of the war. Then the little things, as he's wanting to confess to to Father Daniel, Father Flynn, and then the things just start adding up of the bad things that he's done. Like she pulls out the bag of heroin. She's like, "Oh, do you want this?" And then he's just like, "I don't want to touch the gun." And you're like, "Well, why not?" And then the flashback. So it's just little things that keep. There's a secret room. I wanted to tell you about the secret room. It's under my nightstand. It did this and this and this.
Yep. He was someone's puppet.
Oh, for sure.
And we don't know who.
I think it's a president. I think it was Dick Nixon.
Turkey Dick Nixon. What about the speech he gives? Like, when you first check into the hotel, wouldn't it be super cool if,
That was fun.
like, okay, you can go over here and you can stay in sunny California, or you can come here and stay in the promising Nevada, or whatever he said. It was pretty cool, though.
Yeah,
That's a gorgeous hotel lobby.
it
It
really
was.
is.
I was
Thought-
hoping that
I
it
thought
was
it
a real
was
place.
badass.
I was going to go visit with Jason. Of
The
course.
the Vegas side was the one that was that had the bar
And the jukebox.
and the jukebox, and then the food was on the California side.
yeah.
I would not be eating none of them sandwiches.
I was about to ask, how about those sandwiches?
Nope.
A hard pass.
They look
Hard
like they've been there for like 10 years.
Probably were.
And that, I don't know why this made me think of it, but for me, one of the cool scenes, the first time I saw the movie, now I know it's coming the second and third time, but the first time I saw the movie, I did not see, and you could see it like a half second before, but when Father Flynn put the elixir,
The drug.
yeah, in Darlene's drink, and she comes up and just wails on him with the bottle. I did not see that coming the first time. That was super awesome. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I've-
kind of caught me off.
That definitely caught me off guard. I was not expecting it. I was expecting her to get drugged.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I really was. And then her
Uh,
to be killed or worse.
Mm-hmm.
Their relationship was awesome, by
I-
the way. Hers and Flynn.
I dip off camera to get a
are
slipper,
you
and
doing with
everybody
your
stops
slipper?
and looks at me. And says,
I was looking at my notes.
I thought you fell out of your chair.
what else you got on your notes before I move on to the next bullet point?
So I bullet pointed everybody actor wise. Father Daniel Flynn, you knew he was bad, but he played the part so well. Darlene Sweet, gorgeous, beautiful woman, beautiful voice. Was a lot more stronger than what we thought.
Mhm.
Emily was a badass. Um, Laramie Sullivan, not enough screen time. Hemsworth, Billy Lee, perfect cult leader. Rose was very traumatized and an empty shell, played that part so fucking good.
Mhm.
And then Miles Miller, I have blank because he's pretty big badass.
Yeah.
Before I go to the next bullet point on our side, Mike, you got anything before we move on to the next thing?
That covered it, I think.
What was your comment to me about the relationship between Father Flynn and?
Oh yeah, I loved their relationship. Like Darlene comes in timid at first, and she's afraid, but she's very observant. She, I guess, had lived kind of a hard life in some aspects, with her singing career. So she was even like, but I feel like she was kind of on to Flynn a little bit from the very beginning, and that's why she was also so cautious. But their
Yeah.
relationship like really, really just grew throughout the whole thing, and I just loved the evolution of their relationship.
It's
I
like they
thought it
kind
was
of helped
great.
each other out.
They did.
She taught him how to be kind and compassionate, and he taught her how to be strong and independent.
Yeah, it's like when they met in the middle, like they just really understood each other, which
And
which was really unique, and I
and
thought that was
without
cool.
truly knowing that each other was doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
And at the very end, the very last scene, he's at her performance
Mm-hmm.
in a little tiny venue.
Yeah.
Shout out to Danielle Nicole. Once per episode. Anyways,
I think it was a father-daughter
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing to where, he probably doesn't have kids
yeah,
or
yeah.
you know, he's not around kids or his own kids and she doesn't have a father figure. So that's kind of I think
Yeah.
was there too.
The real pivotal point too, like when it was raining and she was in her car and all that, and she rolls down the window at him and she's like, "If you come in here, I'll shoot you in the face." And he's like,
Mm.
"I believe you." And then he just goes ahead and comes in the car and sits down.
It's almost
That
like
was
he
great.
was giving a confessional,
Yeah,
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
that was
like
a
he
huge
needed to get it
pivotal
off
point.
his chest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and that's true. And now I'm going on that. At the end, it didn't matter whether or not um, he was actually a father. Miles,
He
like,
just needed someone
I
to
just need to
tell.
give this off my,
Mm-hmm.
yep. I just need to
Yep.
get this off my chest.
And that's what she kept pushing Father Flynn for. That's what she kept doing is that she was like, it doesn't matter if you are or not. Just show up.
Help him.
Yep.
Mhm.
And to your point a few minutes ago, or probably more than a few minutes ago, excuse me, the movie was told from a lot of different points of view, which I thought was really also a really nice touch and well written. And it wasn't like it was just smooth. I thought it was
Yeah.
really smooth. But I think that's where the sequel could come into play, is all those different possible points of view, where it's not hokey, but it really could lead to 2 or 3 movies, really.
It
I
really
mean,
could. I want to know what happens to Darlene and Flynn. Like, how do they evolve and go
yeah.
on?
I want to know about Sullivan. I'm still hung
Yeah.
up on that. Like, I want to know why he was there, what he was looking for, what his
That's
backstory.
that's a
Like,
huge backstory, right? That's a whole new movie in itself, right there, for sure.
what do you think was on the film? Before I forget, what do you think was on the film? Honestly, I've
Well,
got two.
the clues that were given were some sex scenes,
Always sex.
and it was like a congressman or senator or someone in politics, is what I think.
I've got two. So it's either political, it's like the president or a senator.
Like to sabotage somebody?
Yeah, like that's why they were going to take it.
Yeah.
Or because I think since Flynn gave it to Darlene and she looked at it and threw it away, I think it might have been her and that record producer.
Could have been.
Oh, that's a
I
twist.
didn't even
I
think
didn't think
about
of
that.
that.
Hmm.
That's a
Totally.
good thought.
Because why did she look at it and like shake her head, or she didn't even look at it
Didn't care about it as much as the other people did.
as everybody else was
Yeah.
looking at it.
Well, we know that person was dead because they said that they were dead. So we know that also.
Who threw that into the fire?
Darlene.
Ah,
Yeah, Darlene did.
Darlene threw it into the
They
fire.
could've
She didn't
got-
even
it
look
could've
at it.
been money, like they're like, this is worth a lot of money.
ah.
And she
Or
tossed
she was
it.
covering her own tracks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I didn't think
Huh.
about that.
Good call.
Thank you.
Nice. How about the soundtrack?
I loved it.
Classics.
I love-
Classics. Set in the right timeline.
Like I said earlier, it's the sweet sounds of the '60s. I thought that kicks ass.
What about the
It
song
re-
playing on the scene where they were playing? What's that game called? Where you choose-
Roulette.
Yes. When they had that song going, did that not just fit the scene? Like
Oh, 100%.
that was tense.
That was
It was
enough
fun.
to make us play me. I played the soundtrack the next day. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I got to play 60s music. The next day we're working on the bus out here. But yeah, no, that was, and that's the thing. That was like, let's not sidetrack too much about music, but that was a fun soundtrack,
Mm-hmm.
It was.
I thought.
It reminded me of when I would go driving around with my grandma, because that's what she likes is music from the '60s.
Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of it had a little bit of a nostalgia hit for me in that sense.
Yeah.
And I love the use of fun, happy songs in a dark, evil
Mhm.
theme. You know,
Oh yeah.
it sets the
So good.
contrast, you
Yeah.
know?
I need to go back and watch it again just to listen to the soundtrack, because there's got to be hidden messages in the songs,
Yeah.
like why they're playing specific songs for specific scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's a good point too, because let's face it, a lot of the a lot of this movie is well thought out, I think. So you're probably right. There's probably like I mean, the Alabama plates have nothing to do with real life, I don't think. But I caught it on the third time I watched the movie, just
Yeah.
because we're in Alabama. But
Right.
you're right. There's probably hidden things in there that would be super cool to go back. Did you catch things on your second round that you didn't catch on the first time?
Yeah, I did. I'm trying to think of a list in my head, but there were several things that I caught
Yeah.
the second time, and I love movies like that. So I'm going to watch it again and see what else I can put together that I missed. And I love also just the way they filmed it was super cool. By the way, not only
Very-
the actors and actresses did an amazing job, but like certain angles and the way that they filmed was also amazing.
It's very Tarantino.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to throw this out there. I'm actually going to, this is just me just using my brain device here at the moment. We should do this again with the same, nobody does this. We should do this again with the same movie on a second watch to see what we don't catch the first time.
That'd be
kinda
fun.
Yeah, that'd be your fourth watch.
Well, shh.
It'd be my third.
Be
Yeah.
our second.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun to kind of see if you pick up on anything or if your thought process is different. Maybe it's not worth a whole episode, but
Yeah.
that's kind of cool though, because I'm not even looking at the timer, but we're almost at an hour, and we pretty much covered we did not have any lapse in time of talking about this movie, which to me, when I first saw this movie, I watched it with Megan, and I'm like, oh, I've never heard of this movie. But it's got 7.1 on the Richter scale or whatever the hell they were rating it at that point. and I'm
Richter scale.
and I'm like, well, this, it's got to be good enough, because you get all these modern movies and everything's at a 5 or a 4, and
Mhm.
maybe you get a 5.5, and it's this one's 7, and I'm like, well, I gotta watch this, and I watched it, and I was glued to it the entire time, which I thought was a really good tribute to what's his name, Drew Goddard, and anybody else who was connected to the actual, not
Yeah.
just the actors and actresses, but and all that. So overall, if I had to rate this movie, I I'm not a critic, but just as a regular layperson, I yes, for sure.
Yes. It was
get-
great. I loved
You
it.
guys agree?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I thought it was fantastic. I very much enjoyed it.
I'm good. I'm glad I didn't waste 2 hours and 21 minutes of your time by saying, watch this movie, it's great. And you're going to be like, you're an idiot.
This movie sucks.
We wouldn't have agreed to come on and talk about it. We would have
Halfway
canceled.
through the movie, they
We
would have been
would've
like, "We
canceled.
cancel."
You wouldn't
Bad
have done
movie.
that. You wouldn't have done that.
No, I would have talked to how bad it sucked.
Yeah, you probably would have. That's fair.
We've done those movies before.
Yeah, we have.
So, any final thoughts on the movie before we wrap it up on that?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
I'll give it a 6.5.
Ouch.
Why 6.5, Mike?
There were parts of it that I felt kind of drug on longer than it needed to. It had the climax of it was really great though.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a few parts of it I felt kind of they were good, but they should have been cut down a little bit for time, I think. I think it would have been better at maybe at the 2-hour mark instead of the 2:20 mark. Or 2:20, 2:21.
Yeah.
I read somewhere that they were gonna add another storyline or put somebody's backstory into it to make it another 20 minutes, and they were like, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, it was long enough as it was. I think
it was definitely a commitment in time. That's for sure. What was your rating?
I would give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What the hell is a 10 movie? Like, is there one out there?
Lord of the Rings.
I don't think it
What is it?
exists.
Lord of the Rings.
Which one?
Return of the King. No, there is a 10 movie out there.
Are you looking?
Oh,
Yeah, I am.
Isn't it? Aren't they all opinion based though?
It is. It is. But I mean, and
People
again,
think-
for me, and I don't want to beleaguer the point here, but like to get something up in the 7s to satisfy the masses, I think overall speaks volumes to where this movie was at. You know what I mean?
Actually, The Shawshank Redemption comes in at 9.3.
Okay.
That's a very good movie.
Return of the King got a 9.0.
See, I don't think Shawshank is a 9.3. I think it's more of a high 7s.
Ew,
What about The Shining?
Don't like
that
it.
is a
I don't like it.
terrible movie.
I don't
Tabby
like
hates The Shining. We've been down this path before.
Yeah.
Tabby would rather
It's
watch
funny.
Clue and Madeline Albright.
It's funny. To me, it's so terrible that it's good.
What,
Oof.
The Shining.
Yeah.
It's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
I'd rather not.
I think it's time to wrap it up for this episode. So once again, thank you to Mike and Tabby for joining us. If any, this is why we don't drink on the show. If anyone wants to hear more from the Gray's Taproom podcast, how can they do so?
They can go to linktr.ee/Gray's Taproom Podcast 2 and all of our socials, all the listening platforms, our merch store, even our Patreon is all there under one roof.
Fantastic. Thank you guys so much for coming to our show today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We've definitely enjoyed having you on.
Oh, it was fun.
Thank you so much.
It's always fun hanging with you guys.
Of course.
And this was a different twist on anything we've ever done, but I think it was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I did too. It was calm. And I didn't have to give out adjectives.
That's the
You
hard
have to
part.
pay for that, everyone. You have to pay for that. We were bad people once upon a time.
Yep. We highly recommend checking out Bad Times at the Battle Royale. And
What?
What?
The Battle Royale.
You did
More bourbon and more. I play,
So here's
okay,
the secret. We
I
had to
play a
redo
lot
the
of-
beginning of the
yeah.
show.
but I have an excuse. I play a lot of video games that include Battle Royale.
The Royal Rumble.
So,
Call of Duty.
anyway, we recommend watching Bad Times at the El Royale. If you want to play video games, play Battle Royale. It's good also. But that's another story. But we'd love to know if you share our opinion of the movie. Just go ahead and head over to our X and take the poll now, and we'll share the results with you next week.
And it's time to lip sync.
Yes. Speaking of the socials, we are present on all of the major socials. The best way to find us is at PFM After Dark. You can also visit our website, merch store, support links, and send us an email. Remember, sharing is caring. We hope you'll encourage others to listen too. If you have an extra minute, please give us a 5-star review on your favorite platform. And if you want to find out more about our journey into schoolie life, check out our PFM Adventures YouTube channel. All of the links are in our show notes.
Thanks for joining us. More adventures to come during the day and after dark.
Lights out.